Let's talk about the toughest customers, the skeptics. You know, the ones with crossed arms and convince me written all over their faces. The good news, that skepticism is actually an opportunity to build trust and to show your value. Let me show you how. Skeptical customers aren't the enemy. They're careful, thoughtful, and honestly, the kind of customers who will stick around once they see the value in what you offer. I've seen agents transform their most doubtful prospects into loyal, lifelong customers just by following a few key steps. And today, I'll show you exactly how to do the same. Let's talk about the 5 steps to successfully winning over skeptical customers. Step number 1 is just acknowledge their doubts openly. Don't dodge their skepticism. Face it head on. Acknowledge their concerns instead of ignoring them. Here's an example of a script that you could use. Skepticism's natural. I completely understand why you might feel unsure. Out of curiosity, what's been your experience with insurance so far? Here's why this works. By addressing their doubts up front and hitting this head on, you're showing them that it's okay to feel hesitant. You're not there to push, you're there to understand. This simple act builds trust, and it tells your customer that I'm listening, and more importantly, I respect your concerns. So here's an action tip. The next time you sense skepticism, lean into it. Ask a question that invites them to share their thoughts. You'll be surprised at how quickly their guard starts to come down. Step number 2, make sure you're using open-ended questions to let them reflect. See, once you've opened the door, you gotta let them step through it with these open-ended questions. These questions, they guide them so that they can reflect on their goals and needs without feeling like they're being sold to. So here's a couple of examples that you could use. What would give you peace of mind when it comes to protecting your family's future? What's most important to you when you think about the financial security of your loved ones? Here's why this one works. These questions, they shift the focus from you to them. You're not selling a product. You're helping them explore what they truly want and need. When they articulate their priorities, they've already started to see the value in what you have to offer. Step number 3 is share stories of similar customers. Once they've shared their concerns and goals, now it's time to relate that experience to others who have felt the same way. Stories build trust because they show that they're not alone in their doubts and that others, they have found success after having those doubts. So here's an example of a script you could use. I had a customer who felt the same way. They were unsure if insurance was the right step. But after we walked through their goals, they realized it gave them the peace of mind of knowing that their family would be taken care of no matter what. So here's why this works. Stories make abstract concepts real. They show skeptical customers that others like them have been in similar situations and had similar concerns and found value in the solution that you're offering. So here's your action tip. Keep a mental library of customer stories. Real-life examples help bridge the gap between skepticism and trust. Step number 4, offer a trial run. Sometimes skepticism comes from the fear of commitment. Make the decision feel flexible and low pressure by framing it as a step forward, not a permanent choice. So here's an example that you could use. How about we set up a policy that meets your current needs? And as your situation changes, we can adjust it. This way, you're not locked into something forever. You're just taking a step to protect your family now. Here's why this works. This approach removes the pressure of a forever decision and reframes it as a thoughtful, adjustable step forward. For skeptical customers, flexibility can be a game changer. And last, step number 5 is recap their own reasons for considering insurance. As you wrap up the conversation, you want to gently recap what they've told you. Reflecting their own priorities back to them helps reinforce their reasons for moving forward and makes the decision feel like it's truly theirs. So here's an example that you could use. You mentioned earlier that protecting your family's future is important to you and that having a peace of mind make a huge difference. This policy gives you that assurance and it ensures your loved ones are taken care of. So here's why this works. By using their own words, you're not selling. You're aligning the solution with the values that they've already shared. It's a collaborative decision, not a hard sell. When you follow these steps, you're not just selling a product, you're helping your customers feel understood, valued, and ultimately secure in their decision. If this video gave you some new tools for handling skeptical customers, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to join Ignite Nation. And drop a comment below with your go-to strategy for earning trust. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.